Welcome to I Ching Mashup with Michele and Lisa. I'm Michele.
And I'm Lisa. Together we explore the ancient wisdom of the I Ching and mash it up with real modern life, our questions, our challenges, and our breakthroughs.
Take a breath, get curious, and let's see what the hexagrams have to say today.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Michele.
And we're getting ready to do an I Ching mashup. So sit
Hold tight.
down, prepare yourself, buckle up your seatbelts because
This one's going to be, I think this one's going to make some people pretty uncomfortable.
In a good way, I hope.
In a
because
good way. Yes.
we have a responsibility, we feel. And all of the readings leading up, I really feel like the messages that have been coming through in our sessions are all culminating, and they'll continue to culminate. But I feel this is very action oriented. Sorry, that was my cat. She was taking some action.
I saw just a little tail. That's all.
Just a little tail, yeah. All right. So we'll just jump right in and we'll explain as we go.
Yes.
This is a really long 2-part question. So we're going to be shuffling as we're reading, and we're going to repeat it several times so it sinks in through all of our levels of awareness. And if you feel like trying to write it down, God bless you. Yeah. All right. So part 1 is relating to getting a reading and a sense of our collective energy. One just jumped out for me. What is the current energy influencing how we as a collective are using our attention, technology, and spiritual awareness? And how is this impacting our ability to feel empowered and live our best lives here on Earth? Okay, that's the first energy that pops out. And the second one, it lands right where it needs to land, by the way, when it
I dropped way too many.
Yeah.
You want me to read the second part?
Yes.
The second part is, how can we best work with the current energies, inner, social, and technological, so that we reclaim our inner authority and become more empowered, clear, and focused co-creators in our everyday lives?
I like a lot of these words. I like the empowered. I love co-creators. I love that we're touching on the influences and the impact of technology and how it's intermingling with our spiritual awareness and our attention. Like we were saying before we started, tapping into this, is everyone feels so scattered and frenetic energy where you can't really, I'm not saying you can't, because maybe you can. Can you really dial
in general? Yeah.
In general, can you really dial into something and put your best energy into it right now?
Other than scrolling on social media.
Yes.
It seems like some people can really focus on that. I can't, because I just get to stop. So I don't even do it anymore. But
reluctantly, and as a part of that, I do get sucked into social media with the business things, and I'm glad I have that assistant now. But I was just saying I did connect with a girl from our summit that showed up during our summit session, and we were talking about social media. My social media feed is so, I feel like, positive and informative, and I like mine, but I know that the way the algorithms work, that's not always the case. And I think about myself, well, like, all the feng shui and the spiritual energy healing nature, that mixed in with cute cats, perfect recipe, and then following my friends. But what other people's perspectives of what they're receiving could be wildly different, because there's a lot of really crazy things out there.
Right. And that really goes right along in line what we were talking about earlier in the week, and also today, is how we all live in our own little worlds. Like we all have our own bubbles. We all have our own experiences. And like, I have my world and Lisa has hers, and our worlds intersect, but I don't know her world like she does. And she doesn't know my world like I do. And I don't know anyone else's. I don't even know my husband's or my kids' worlds like they do. That's how individual. So we're already kind of splintered when we're here, collectively splintered, right? Does that make sense? Collectively
Yes.
splintered. And then whoever invents all this crap, like whoever starts all this stuff, whoever that, the elites, the powers that be, whoever you want to call,
Mhm.
they just come up with more and more ways to divide us. And most importantly, the only way to divide us is to take our power away, which is our focus, our own internal energy. They sap that from us in one way or another. They either turn us against each other, they make us sad, they make us depressed, or we allow them, I should say, because they don't
Mhm.
make us do anything. We allow
We allow that. Yeah.
everything to happen to us. We
Yeah.
need we need to get our inner authority back in check. Right
You're
now
not
it's
gonna,
out to lunch.
it's out to lunch. You won't believe what my first energy is as we're talking about the collective energy
What?
relating to what you just said. Hexagram 17 following.
Oh wow. Okay, that is weird. For the first part of the
Mhm.
question, right? That was your first one. So the first
Yes.
part is, what is the current energy influencing how we as a collective are using our attention, technology, and spiritual awareness? And how is this impacting our ability to feel empowered and live our best lives here on earth? Following. I don't know if is that a good thing or a bad thing? I guess we'll
We'll talk
see.
about, but so it's I'll tell you the first line. It could be very positive. It's all about choices, right?
Mm-hmm.
Choosing to follow good influences brings supreme success, period. So as we talk about our lives living here, it's almost like a lot of people talk about matrix living or programming our minds, kind of like all these
Mm-hmm.
words like RNA being the software of our souls, all of these things, eh, and choose your own path kind of things. It makes me feel like, and I kind of lost my train of thought. Choosing out the algorithms, that's where I was going with that. The
Oh yeah.
technology aspect is like we are creating the algorithms of our own experience. Like I love
Yeah.
the feed of my social media, but also the algorithm of what's showing up in my field of my experience.
Right. Your actual earthly experience, not
Right.
just not on your phone or your laptop or whatever. It's like
But
literally you are that is genius. You can create your own algorithm, and it's all about
right,
focus and what you focus on. Listen,
right.
people, this is so simple and
Crack the code.
so hard at the same time.
It's
But
not.
that is brilliant, Lisa,
Nice.
because you are kind of we are actually all creating our own personal experience algorithms. And maybe if we start thinking of it that way more often, we'll take a little more, um, what's the word, like authority over what we decide we want to experience instead of just allowing bullshit to flow into our mind
Yeah.
24/7. Like
Well, to clean up your
discernment.
algorithm, like to clean up an algorithm, you can block things.
Yeah, you can block things. And you can also just start looking at other things. Like, I
You
don't
can
know.
call it back in, it'll change it. Like if you start
Yeah,
looking at goats, you're going to get all these videos about cute goats,
yeah,
hopefully, not scary
yeah,
ones.
yeah. It's like, I don't know if you ever you listened to Abraham Hicks before,
Yes.
haven't
Oh,
you?
yeah, yeah,
I mean, she always talks about that. Like, you are 100% completely in control of what comes into your life just by your mental state, not
yeah. Right.
even just to mention what your actions are. And that doesn't mean bad stuff doesn't come into your life. It just means you handle it differently or it doesn't affect you the same way, or sometimes it doesn't come into your life,
Yeah.
depending on your algorithm. My book says, here's the beginning of my book too, that we have a different translation, but you're going to love it because it says, an enlightened perspective doesn't differentiate between the self and the whole of existence. There are
Wow.
no lines of separation. Those are all just what we perceive here in these bodies on this planet in this dimension. In the greater reality, there is no separation. There are no lines. And
Wow.
this approach is one of I am all that I perceive, all that is resides in me. That's pretty
Wow.
deep. Yeah.
That's very deep. I don't know that I would have fully understood it in the way that I am right now if we didn't have that whole pre-chat.
Hmm.
That's wild.
I know. If we sit here and just stare at each other for a few seconds and don't say anything, it's because we're going do 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 do.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're like, what? Blowing my mind.
Really wild.
It says as long as we're living life by speeding over the surface, we never have a chance to visit the depths. So again, that's what we were talking about.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm hijacking your card. Go ahead.
Oh, no, no, no. You want me to continue? I'll
Yes,
wrap it
you
up.
go. You go.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll wrap it up though. It says, well, gosh, this is like I think I've gotten this very recently in another reading, but it talks about you may not be able to change the direction of the wind, but by frequently adjusting your sails, you can arrive at your destination with a joy that inspires others to follow you. So in that first
Mm.
part of the question, we were saying, what is the current energy influencing how we as a collective are using our attention and technology and spiritual awareness? It's like, this all that makes perfect sense in a very scary way, like also kind of referencing social media in a way.
Well, yeah, and also the individual responsibility we were talking about to clean your act up so your world
Yeah,
gets better, so your algorithm improves, and then also so everyone around you does. And then
yeah,
they might clean up their acts and then their world will improve and then everyone around them. Like it truly really is so important that as individuals we are in alignment with
mhm,
God or source, whatever, your inner self, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. But
yeah. And it says balance activity with some relaxation to serve the situation well and to maintain a state of healthy energy, minimizing both internal and external resistance to your goal. So,
mm,
yeah, like if you have to peel yourself away from whatever you're toiling over so that you can get rest and recharge yourself and stay healthy. We were talking about, Michelle and I, we work out differently now these days. It's not all about the hardcore long runs and the weight training for bodybuilding. It's about balance and longevity and being able to
core
get off the
strength.
floor. Yeah.
Yeah, core strength. Like getting
Different
up
type
off
of
the
working
yeah,
out.
yeah, getting off the toilet by yourself. Yeah.
Yes, follow us for more fitness tips. But, but I mean, do those things because then we don't want to be like a bunch of mush that's, you know, glued to
The
terrible,
couch.
right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Um, yeah. I don't know. I just really I'm always just so pleasantly not surprised anymore, but
We say it every time. We're not
yeah, I'm just
surprised,
so
but we are.
pleasantly surprised that this just
It is
goes.
surprising. It goes
Yeah.
perfectly.
It
Um,
also says we need leaders to look up to as teachers. So again, how can you teach somebody something if you don't know it yourself? And if you're not taking responsibility for your own internal energy, like you don't know it, you can't teach it.
right?
And when you know what I was going to say, Lisa,
Mhm.
for people who are like, I can't slow down, I can't take a break, I have to go 100 miles an hour, whatever. I'm not saying to do this as to the extent that I did. You can find an hour a day, trust me. But like, I had a little hiccup, and what did I do? I went dark for what, 2 years or a year or something like that.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years, actually.
Wow.
It's just been very recently since I've been ready to like actually go out and I mean, I wasn't like in my house 24/7 for that whole time, but I really did curtail my activities and everything. So you can do it and it's worth it because I feel much better now.
Yeah, gosh, that was intense inner work and
Yeah.
attunement, all those things, but it goes by fast at the same time. Like
I
this,
don't know. I feel like I've been in a hole for 10 years,
yes,
but
I can imagine on the
Maybe for
reverse
you
side.
it went fast, but for me,
On the outside, it's like, but you just picked up where you left off and moved on even stronger.
yeah.
Yeah. So I do want to say like following, but I won't do the whole thing in this mashup because I'm going to let you catch up. But the second part of how can we move forward, guess what came up again? I just have to say, receptive power, hexagram 2.
Wow. Yeah, well, that is the forward energy for
That's
sure.
like such the message of the year. How many
Yeah,
times does receptive power need to come up? And it's the most yin hexagram that there
yeah.
is. It
It
keeps
really
coming up.
is. It even looks like there's a lady part in that card.
Oh, it sure does. Yes, it does. These cards, everything is very, yes,
Yes.
symbolism.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
tell me about yours before I do the change lines, unless you want to hear
Okay.
them.
Mine is keeping still.
Ooh, wow.
52.
Okay.
The keywords here are meditation, self-renewal, composure, detachment, self-acceptance, equanimity, and serenity. And that's kind of what I was just talking about. You can take a break and you need to, even if it's just an hour a day to just, I don't care if you sit in a dark room and don't do anything. Take a nap for an hour. Do a
Yeah.
guided meditation that you download from YouTube, or go work in the garden without your freaking phone or anything with you. Like, do something alone so your mind can settle down so you can actually start tapping into your inner power.
Mhm.
Because as long as you're giving it away to everyone, you'll never be able to find it or tap into it.
Yeah. So hard for people to be bored anymore.
Yeah. But but if you look at it like that, like you're bored, then you will be bored. But if you're looking at it as I'm taking a much needed
Yeah.
reprieve from my life, then it's not boring. But
I was talking to
reach
my
it.
kids about that though. Like they were, sometimes they have two devices on and they're playing a game and like they're doing 100 things at
Yeah.
one time. And the other day, my son didn't have any devices on and he was talking to himself and he was drawing and muttering or whatever he was doing, like bebopping around doing
Hmm.
something. And I was like, oh, that's more like how we used to play growing up. Because he always asked me,
Yes.
he's always like, well, what did you watch on YouTube when you were a kid? I'm like, we didn't have even like color TV.
We
So
had like three channels and PBS.
yeah, if we were
Then
lucky.
USA came along. Yeah.
And like we had foil and stuff that had to be on the antenna. And
Yeah.
I told him that I used to watch shadows on the floor to make pretend that it was like a cartoon when the cartoons weren't on, to be able to find the shapes or like the clouds or
Yeah.
whatever.
And he was like, oh my gosh,
For
mom.
hours. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who does that? Yeah, but look what that created. We came out of that.
we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your change lines? How many do
Okay,
you have?
so I have change lines in 5, 4, and 1.
Okay.
And they're very predictable, of course. So from the hexagram 17, make sure I'm reading it from the right one. Set your compass towards what is beautiful and true. Have confidence in your intuition and sail out into the glistening sea. Perseverance furthers and good fortune follows. Oh, that's so good. See, we can have a beautiful future.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all right. So, and perseverance sounds like work, but also it's kind of just keeping yourself in check. Like we
Yeah.
were saying, like, the Abraham Hicks teachings too. It's like negative thought, cancel it out. Negative thought, redirect. It's just
True.
constant.
And that's really all you do until
That's
eventually you don't
perseverance.
get those negative thoughts.
Eventually,
Hardly
yes.
ever. Yeah, hardly
Yes.
ever.
And then it says, it often happens that as a person attains a position of influence, they attract a chorus of flatterers who use their supposed loyalty to gain personal advantage. Be wary of such flatterers. Their influence is subtle, but can be destructive.
Mm-hmm.
Flattery is most effective with the immodest people with large egos. Hold your ego in check during times of success, and you will be able to see through the insincere intentions of others. Not being able
Again,
to,
that's That's distraction. That's,
Parasites. Yeah.
yeah, someone coming up and trying to flatter you and take your attention away from what you're actually doing to telling you how great you are. Like,
Yeah.
it's nice to get compliments, but you can't, like, you just can't put all your eggs in that
Well,
basket, so to
that's one
speak.
thing that's great about being an older female. Like when we're younger females, people are like, oh, buy you a drink or like,
Mhm.
do this for you, blah, blah, blah. And then we get older and we're like, BS. Like, no, like that's not, we don't
Yeah.
have,
No, thank you. I'll buy my
yeah.
own.
Yes, exactly. I can do that myself.
Yeah.
And then lastly, it talks about when a person of vision undertakes a challenge, they must sometimes change directions in the course of events. When these changes result from sincere communication with those of different opinions, good fortune will follow. But
Mhm.
care must be taken not to be swayed by current opinion. Carry your own convictions out into the crowd, stay open to the idea of others, but hold your ground on matters of integrity.
Well, again, that's your power, your
Yeah,
authority.
yeah,
Don't let someone else's opinion sway yours.
yeah.
I mean, if you do, like, if you hear something and you're like, whoa, I never thought of that before, and you do some research and you want to change your opinion, that's fine. But just don't don't change your opinion because someone says you should,
Right.
right? Do your
Yeah.
research.
You can listen to people
Yeah.
and
And also,
um
one of the best ways to tell, like, for example, like if you have a certain belief about the subject and somebody comes up to you and says, well, wait, what about this? I find that the easiest way to even determine if it's something I should even give my energy to, right, is I'll say, okay, I'll listen to whatever. But then when the next time I sit down and meditate, or if I'm like in the shower thinking or whatever, and I replay what that person says, and wherever it hits me, if it makes me feel like uplifted, then I'll look into it. But if I know for a fact it doesn't resonate with me, at least not at this point in my life, I don't even look into it because that's just sapping my energy.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you get a lot of your intuitive hits in your body sensing,
Yes,
it
I do.
seems.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your human design again? Do you remember what
Generator.
a generator and I wonder what your authority is or where you receive your intuition because I'm
I think
stating
sacral.
okay, you're sacral. Okay, and
I'd
I'm
have to
stating
find my report, but I think it is sacral.
yeah, that's interesting. I think just for people watching or listening, that's an interesting thing to look into as we're talking about being empowered is also look at what your human design is and how you maybe learn a little bit about or reinforce your confidence in how you receive your intuition.
Right. I mean, it's a real thing. Like when I need to find my report. I haven't looked at it in a while, but when I had it done and was working with our friend Rachel there for a while,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I feel like I know myself so much better now. Like the things that I do are for a reason. That's just how I'm wired.
Yes. Yeah. Tell
Kind
me
of
about
like
your,
when I got my astrological chart done, my birth chart done,
yeah.
I was so relieved when I saw all that. I'm like, this makes perfect sense.
Yes. All of these things are so valuable, like just to reinforce and learn
Hmm.
how, like, we're talking about our own perspective and then learning about the people around you too is helpful.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. You want to hear my first card?
Yes, yes, yes.
It's keeping still. In many
Right.
traditions, a mountain symbolizes the stillness of Buddha nature, serene and detached, rising above the bustle of mundane affairs. It remains unaffected by the passage of time and the strife of the marketplace. I don't really think I need to read a whole lot more, but this is talking about
Mhm.
taking time away from the busy world. Like Jesus always said, go to the upper room, go inside, go to your father in secrecy. You don't need to be out there showing everybody, oh, I'm praying, I'm meditating, this, that, whatever. But you have to make time to be still.
Mhm.
That's how you regenerate your inner power.
Yeah.
It's how you take a break from all the bullshit going on around you, right? You have to do it. Try it sometime, not you. I mean, anybody who thinks they
I do
can't.
have to remind myself to do it
Me
sometimes too.
too. I do too. I get caught up in that busy cycle too. But
Mm.
it says a mountain setting offers the perfect environment for meditation when we simply relax the body, and keep the spine upright, closing our eyes and shifting our attention from the outer to the inner. We are in tune with the stillness of the mountains. And from this centered place, it is possible to rise above the mind's busyness and gain a detached overview. It's like looking from the vantage point of a lofty peak into the valley of the mind, distant from its preoccupations and thereby able to observe it with objectivity.
Mm.
So, this is saying everything I just said. It said, in the midst of everyday activities of the marketplace, there are times when you need to withdraw from thinking and rest into being, time. It doesn't have to be like 4 hours a day. You could literally do it
Yeah.
in 10 or 15-minute increments. Like, let's say you want to do a half an hour a day.
Yeah.
So you meditate one time for 30 minutes, or two times for 15, or three times for 10, or whatever. You can do it whenever you want. But
I like
uh,
that.
yeah. Um,
It's
says
like
without,
meditation snacks. Sorry to interrupt you.
yes,
Like
it is like meditation snacks.
yeah, my trainer, one of my trainers used to always say, like, when I would say, "Oh, I'm too busy to do my workout," or, whatever it was, she would say, "Well, you don't have to do the full hour and a half all at one time. Just break it up throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
maybe find 15 minutes and go for a walk, so there was like workout snacks, or once an
Mm-hmm.
hour, get up and jump on the trampoline, or
Yeah.
do your bands while you're taking your vitamins."
Yeah. Yeah. You can do snacks like that, and it works just the same as if you power through it. It might even be better because, you're giving your body time to recover, especially now that we're getting older. Um,
Yeah.
but this just goes on and on and on. It just keeps talking about meditation and stepping out of the mind and putting the busyness of the world aside so you can connect to your inner power.
Mm.
Um, it says, once you start to believe that life revolves only around serving the demands, where am I? I lost my place. Serving the demands of this me, meaning like not the real me, but this body me. The real
Oh, okay.
treasures of your being are lost. The real treasures of your being are lost.
Ooh.
Like, I swear I've gotten this card before and it's just never really hit me this way. So basically, make time to be still so you can reconnect with your inner power so no one else can take it from you. You can
Yeah.
decide where you want to focus that power. You don't like let someone else decide for you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I like how you said that, like you've gotten this card before and it's hitting you different this time. That's how I feel this is, like
yeah, it's
receiving
really,
these. Yeah. Relating to what we're really exploring. Interesting.
yeah, yeah. So basically, that first part, the current energy influencing us as a collective, like there's an energy out there saying, slow down,
Yes.
hello, take a break.
Yeah. And like be like we were saying, like be a human being, not a human doing. Like you don't have to
Yes.
be in constant frenetic energy all the time. You can. You know what I was saying this in relation to work, because before Memorial Day, I was operating on superwoman energy, doing the summit and all these projects and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and and it was easy. And then the holiday came and I stopped, took a break a day, and then my body was like, nope, no more. Like couldn't even think or make a word, and
Yeah.
everything, the perfect storm of like perimenopause and just your body shutting down. And anyway, long story short, like I got to thinking when I came back after the break and everything needed to be done, and everyone took that high bar that I had and made it my new set point, like my
Mm-hmm.
new base level. That's what they're
Yeah.
expecting as like bare minimum.
Right.
And I was like, not to be like, lawyer speak or anything, but like a basic service contract, if you're making an agreement with someone and operating on service, talks about unforeseen, sickness, illness, or, they should put in
Yeah.
there, or like ebbs
Yeah.
and flows in energy,
Yeah.
or
Yes.
your
That would be great.
cycle, whatever it could be. But
Yeah.
just like reading that, I was like, oh yeah, you know what? Like, yeah, like I allow myself the same grace that I would allow anybody else. I
Right.
mean,
And
yeah.
that's a problem. Sometimes we don't, though. Sometimes we
Well,
think we are different than everyone else, and we're not, because technically we're all one, right?
right, exactly. So it took a little bit of a reminder um to remember that, like, oh yeah, like actually the real productivity doesn't come from pushing yourself,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
to the bitter end as we go back to like the reciprocity themes as well that we've been talking
Right.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you took a break.
Well, you know what? Like, I think my body just forced me to, and like the universe too, like the car breaking down kind of thing,
Yeah.
like that put a stop on things,
Yeah.
and the kids being home with me more often in between school and summer camp, like that puts a stop on stuff. So I mean,
Yeah.
like, if you don't give yourself the break, the universe is going to be like, oh,
Here's a break
shutting
for you.
shutting it down.
And luckily, it was just like little things popping up. I've had that happen to me, and I required surgery for my break.
Right.
So,
Well, you're right. Like that's the thing I think I've learned since we've started doing these sessions together to pick up on those signs and allowing myself the rest so that I don't get a major like illness that
hmm.
takes me out for a week
Oh, yeah,
because that
that's
could
a good
happen
thing.
if I don't do
Yeah,
anything.
right,
Hmm.
right. Yeah, like if you're chronically ill, you might want to look at how you're expending your energy and who you're expending it on. Is any of it being spent within yourself or
Yeah,
experienced
exactly.
within yourself? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So wild. So the part
I,
two,
well, I only have one change line.
ooh, girl, what is it?
6, the top line. Once you have known that you are not a victim of circumstance, but only your own thoughts, the entire landscape begins to shift. It's as though there is more time and spaciousness, and life can be experienced as the extraordinary generosity that it is. As you begin to reflect this generosity within, even the smallest gestures, you radiate a quality of the divine. Even in the smallest gestures, you radiate a quality of the divine. And
Oh,
really, that inner power that we're talking about, that is our
yeah.
God spark, that is our divinity. Our
Hmm.
focus, our energy, our attention is our divinity. If
Yeah.
it wasn't so valuable, there wouldn't be all these segments of population vying for our attention, right? Like we were
Yeah.
saying earlier, politicians wouldn't spend billions of dollars to get us to vote a
Yeah.
certain way. Advertisers wouldn't be trying to get us to buy certain projects or products or cars. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
clearly there's something really important about us that we don't know about, but everyone else does.
That
So
is so interesting.
everyone in power knows. Yeah.
Yeah. When you
So,
said that, it just made so much sense. I hadn't thought of before.
mhm. That was a shower. That was a shower download.
That was a shower download. Yeah, that's our preferred form of meditation that we found that we both do.
Yeah,
My
it's
my
true.
daughter does that too.
Well, it's the best place because
Yeah.
you are alone. I
Yeah.
mean, other than shaving your legs, what else is there to think about?
The
Like the
waters,
water,
like,
just
yeah.
it's warm. Yeah, it's wonderful. I love it.
All right, I have to say something out loud, commercial break, but I came across on my wonderful algorithm. You know how, speaking of water, we love Masaru Emoto for his study and work with water.
Hmm.
I saw that group, Emoto's group is doing is he from Japan or is he,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's Japanese.
I think he's Japanese, but there's a retreat, like a course. And I
Oh
think
my,
it's coming up. I'll send you the information on it and then I'll plug
yeah.
it I'm not related to this. I haven't even fully researched it. I just saw it and
Yeah, I
it
would
came
love
from
to look
his
into that.
page, so people could look into it too. And I'll put the link in the description when I find it. But
Well,
I
yeah,
was
maybe
going to
we'll
send
get a
it to
group
you.
of people to go with us.
Yeah, because we both love the whole water thing. And I was like, well, I actually kind of would like to work with experts and
Yeah. So
see how
if
that
you're
can.
not familiar with this guy, this doctor, he's amazing. He did this experiment with water crystals. Like he froze water with certain different types of music playing when they froze. And some of them were gorgeous and beautiful, like when he was playing classical music. And some of them were truly disformed and
Mhm.
made no sense at all. That was heart like heavy metal. And also he did it with people talking too, I'm pretty sure, like saying nice things and saying hurtful things. And the
Yeah,
hurtful, yeah, it's pretty amazing. So I would love to learn more about that.
yeah, me too.
If only just to like solidify in my own mind that yes, my thoughts really do make
Exactly.
100% difference in my life. So
Exactly. Me too.
yeah.
I think just that reinforcement and assurance of being on path and
Mhm.
using all the tools that we have available to us.
All right. What's your second? Did you read your second card yet? You did.
Receptive power. So the second part of it being how can we best work with the current energies, inner, social, and technological, so that we can reclaim our inner authority and become more empowered, clear, and focused co-creators in our everyday lives. I think that's really nice because it's like taking the responsibility for not just ourselves, but for everybody around us. And it
Mm-hmm.
says, great receptivity attracts great gifts, and great blessings.
Hopefully not grifts. We got enough of that going on.
Yeah, we don't need any more of that. But receptive power, it's just the true feminine power, which aligns so much with period 9 and that power revolution and the rise of the middle-aged woman. And so really thinking about that, whether you're male or female, it's that
Energy.
energy within you.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
very yin. So maintaining a natural responsiveness attracts success through support and perseverance rather than bold action. So I like that. Just like
Mm-hmm.
reframing everything is like, how can I best support what's going on here? Like, not be so attacking or,
Yeah. Not put your head
all
down and just
right.
bullnose through it or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's like no more football player vernacular when it comes to interacting with everybody. Just reframe that into feminine principles. In short, you don't need to be too assertive. Your spirituality is in quiet contributions is highly effective. And it's a deeply felt kind of success. So, as Michelle was saying, it's not surface level, it's deep. You'll be able to go further by letting go of control rather than forging ahead under your own steam. Receptive power arises through alignment with creative power and not in opposition to it. Love it.
Mm-hmm. And also, receptivity is strengthened when you meditate
Sure.
because that's when you receive a lot of stuff, is when you're meditating. Really, a lot of information comes in.
Yeah.
So, very interesting.
I like that. I love the receptive power and I like the artwork imagery.
Yeah.
Um, it's got like a vortex, is how I'll describe it in the
Looks
sky. Like
like a moon kind of too. Like,
it does. Yeah.
yeah, it's real pretty.
It does kind of look like one of those
Mhm.
winter moons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like it. It's being guided. Allow yourself to be guided by a higher power and practice graceful acceptance.
That's so easy to say, allow yourself to be guided by a higher power. But again, if you don't take the time to get to know the little piece of the higher power in you, how are you going to know the real higher power?
Right. That's you,
So, yeah.
girl. What's yours?
Mine is 15 modesty. Can you see it there?
Oh, yeah.
I can't really tell on my
I
screen.
love that. Oh, it's so
Yeah, it's real
pretty.
pretty. Yeah. And I haven't really read it yet, but I'm thinking this is going to say something along the lines because this is what I'm picking up right now is like we all have we're all we're all so special that we're all ordinary. We all have this spark. We all
Yeah.
have this ability to focus our attention and our intentions and our energy.
Yeah.
Just a lot of people don't do it. So when you see like sometimes like when you see spiritual teachers out there and they've got the whole production and then you find out later they're cheating on their wife or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
come on, that's not modest at all. And
Right.
obviously his ego is running the show or their ego is running the show or whatever. But so modesty is kind of like what is that one saying about be as cunning as the serpent and as gentle as a dove, right?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
I think that's how it goes. It's from the Bible,
Yeah.
and I don't ask me what book or anything from. But that's I just remember that saying because I thought,
Remember sayings really well.
well, and you really got to think about what that means. Like cunning or clever, like the snake. Snakes are supposedly really intelligent,
Hmm.
right? And they
Hmm.
also can get in little places and get under things. They can be very cunning. Whereas doves, like, what's more gentle than a dove,
Yeah.
right? You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to kind of combine those two things, right? So like we're gonna to be modest, you have to be gentle. And to be modest, you have to be humble. And you have to
Yeah.
keep it simple, right? Like a dove doesn't make a complicated life. Have you ever seen a dove's nest? They're the worst. They just
Yeah,
like
they're
rub sticks all
messy.
together.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah, they're very messy because they're just thinking about laying some eggs. They don't pay attention really to like the perfection of the nest. But
Yeah,
I
it doesn't
guess,
seem they spend a lot of time in the nest. Like they're just kind of,
yeah,
tumbling out and waddling around, but they've
yeah.
got their cute little, like their home is where their little family is.
Yeah, I love doves. I think they're one of my favorite birds. But it says we live in a world that reveres extraordinariness. Sooner or later, nearly everyone fantasizes about being admired for their brilliance and their guarantee of happiness from gaining fame, fortune, and adoration because of it. Rarely do we come across anyone who is content to be simply ordinary.
Mhm.
Paradoxically, persons who live simply and who wholeheartedly focus on attending to life in the moment already stand out from the crowd. And I know a couple people like that. I just want
Mhm.
to be like them so bad. I can be like them for a minute and then I always get distracted. But modest individuals aren't concerned with the doings of others. They simply get on with living their lives to the best of their ability. That just
Mm.
would shut down social media in a heartbeat.
Yes.
Um, also, it says modesty is a virtue that is highly respected in leaders. There aren't many around like that right now, but because their moderation works towards the common good and can be counted upon regardless of circumstances. Um,
Mhm.
and then meditation, again, I talked about meditation, will realign you to the intrinsic spaciousness within yourself, allowing you to become alert and attentive to the present moment as it unfolds. And you know what? Like, if anybody's listening and they just swear they don't have time to meditate, like you can put a meditation on as you're going to sleep. Even if you just catch the first 10, 15 minutes of it, it's better than
Yeah,
nothing. Then you go
that's
to
one
sleep.
thing.
Then you go to
Yeah,
sleep
like,
with all this good stuff in your mind and in your thoughts. And I sleep great when I do that.
yeah, and you don't have to really even think too much about it. Like Abraham Hicks says, we were just talking about Dr. Emoto. It's the words carry an energy. So even if you're not fully with it, like you're sleeping, like you said, or
Yeah, you're still hearing it.
you're still taking in the energy of it.
Yep. Yeah. So if you don't have time, really don't have time to meditate, start there.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So basically, um, it talks about like don't overextend yourself physically, mentally, or it's like all the stuff we've been talking about. And it's just right in our faces because that's not how our lives are anymore. We're so busy with everything all the time.
And distracted. Yeah. Speaking of, yeah, we've covered so much ground. I was just looking over our notes, like from where we started and how we got to where we are.
Oh, from the very beginning
Yeah.
or just from today?
Yeah, no, just from our whole session, the pre-chat to coming up with what we were going to investigate to
Hmm.
cards that the hexagrams that we generated in this and how much meaning they have. Like it's pretty important.
You think?
Very important. Yeah.
Just, I don't know. The thing that I got from all of our cards today is you got to meditate, you got to slow down, right? You're not
Mhm.
special if you do, and you're not special if you don't, because everybody has this power to focus their attention and their energy, right?
Yeah.
And you have to be humble. Like, don't let, that's the thing. Like, you can't let your ego get the best of you. And you have to be gentle with yourself and with others.
Mhm. Yeah, I think my big takeaway from it too is we recognize we've been talking about the distractions and the fear and the disillusionment, but for all of that to exist, also exists, we have the power to choose how we're going to move forward from here.
Right.
And
We
your
have that power.
meditation, you're going inward, we all collectively decide we're going to live a beautiful life here. This is what's going to be. And, even if some of these tools were generated with the intention to be evil and we're touching them and we're not malintentioned
Uh-uh.
beings,
Right.
we can choose to
Use them for good, not evil.
use them, find, alternative ways to move forward from here and not be complacent or complicit to what is happening.
Hmm. Yeah. I like that. Complacent or complicit. I like that.
Mhm. Yeah.
I do think complacency is the root of the problem that we're seeing in society with people being busy and divided and living in fear or anger
Mhm.
because they feel like they can't really do anything to influence society or the way it's going. But we all can. We just have to start with ourselves. It sounds so stupid and cliche, but it's truly what we have to do to get this mess that we're in
Mhm.
rectified.
Yeah. I mean, I think if this could connect to an area most important in the Bagua energy map, it would be the center,
The health area. Yeah.
right? And that Tai Chi and finally finding that alignment and harmony and balance between your consciousness, your mind, and your body,
Your
and
yin and your yang
right,
energies.
all of that at the hub of it all. And we've been working a lot with that area in our different readings and dialing in what our intentions are, and our code is related to that. Um,
Hmm.
I just put into the chat what summarized what came out of our um, talk today, and it's a reclaiming inner authority, energetic focus in a fragmented, fear-driven, tech-saturated world. So individuals and the collective can live more empowered, grounded, and consciously co-created lives on Earth.
It
So
sounds
that's
like heaven.
sounds like, yeah, that's maybe what
Heaven
it's all
on earth.
about. Yeah.
And what's interesting, you said probably the center of the Bagua, the health area, is what we should really focus on. And that is an earth element. So it's like
Right.
bringing heaven down to earth. It,
Yeah.
and it sets the tone for your entire home, right? Like
Yeah.
if your health area in the middle of your home is decluttered and you've got some good things in there that remind you of being grounded and taking time to be present, then the rest of your house will fall right in line because you'll
Mhm.
want to do it. You'll want to, once you get one area fixed up, you're going to want to do all the rest.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. And also like don't beat yourself up if you're not Marie Kondo and folding up your clothes in your closet to be
Right.
perfect. But in Feng Shui, it's more about intention. So you're just putting some attention into that area and making small adjustments as you can. And
Mm-hmm. Right. It's
yeah,
nothing big. Nothing serious is going on here, but it
nothing
is very
serious.
serious.
The Feng Shui
Um,
police aren't going to come to you, but it may help you in this whole in the intention of this whole reading that we had today to find that centeredness and I love
mhm.
it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
And just to give a few tips too, like it's the earth
Yes.
element. So anything like potted plants or ceramics, pottery, if you like, I have a couple big rocks and not big rocks, but they're like, I have a like a mookaite and another kind of crystal down there in my health area. So yeah, just things that come from the earth. Put them there. You
Yeah.
have things that really grab your attention.
Yeah.
When you place it, just put the intention. I'm putting this here so I remember to do this, or I remember to feel this way, or that kind of stuff.
hmm Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point too.
Hmm.
It all adds up
Well,
over time and it all starts
yeah,
with intention.
yeah. And like earth tones and yellow. I'm just trying to give people hints because we're talking about the health area. So they're going to be like, wait a
Mhm.
minute, what do we do in
Mhm.
the health area?
What
Now
is
you know.
that? Yes.
Now
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I like that. I always forget about the actual earth in a potted plant
Hmm.
in working with the earth energy. I think like that golden marigold color is
Hmm.
like, I love that
Yeah.
personally because it reminds me of the sunflower. I love sunflowers.
Yeah.
Um, and that color of representation of earth. Um, but yeah, that's a really good idea.
Hmm.
I put some energy into my center of my home because I'm cleaning right now. I'm pre-cleaning for the cleaning lady.
Oh, okay. I understand that. I do that too. That she
Yeah.
can actually clean
You
the
know,
real stuff you want her to clean, not around all your
yeah,
stuff.
not a lot of
Yeah.
people understand that, but
Yeah.
yeah, like I feel it's my responsibility to get things tidied up so she can get in and do the things better that I can't do.
Right. She
Yeah,
has more time to clean.
right, exactly.
That's how I
She's
look at it.
They're so good at it. Yeah, like
Yeah.
everybody's better at something and it comes easy to some people and not to others.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, Riley is so good at that type of decluttering and
Yep.
cleaning and
She
that is not
really
my
is. Her
that's
business
not
is
my jam.
growing.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. That's so
Yeah.
good.
Her business is really growing.
We'll have to have her on with us when she has time.
We'd love that.
Yeah, I think she would be great.
Okay.
But all right. Well, this was very good. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today, Michelle. And
Thank
thank you.
you for waiting on me today,
Oh, it
Lisa.
happens. It was like we're being adaptable. We're adjusting our sail to the winds that are
Mhm.
changing.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, it happens. I think it's all perfect timing. And these are like, I think when you show up to do these, when I say you, I mean also me. When we all show up to do these types of divination, it's like you have to go in feeling well, we're never like exactly 100%, but prepared to sit down and be really fully in it.
Hmm.
And yeah, and so I'm really excited. Michelle and I are getting our vault of readings up and visible. So you may have tuned in recently to our friend Melissa, and we hope to have her back again in the next month. So that's going to be really exciting. And if
Hmm.
you enjoy these sessions with us and these are resonating and you have something to say, you can contact us in the link in the description. And don't be scared. Well, we would love to have you as a guest, no matter what level of understanding you are or what your perspective is. There's something that you can add value to.
Hmm.
So if you're feeling that nudge, we're friendly, I promise.
We are. You'll have fun too.
You'll have fun, it'll be memorable, and you'll make a difference. And thanks everybody for listening to us if you've stuck around for this far. And if this made a difference in your life, please share it with your friends, family. Make sure you're subscribing wherever you found us and look for us in the other directories. And that's it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Now go meditate.
Go meditate, everybody. I will. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you for joining us on I Ching Mashup with Michele and Lisa. If today's conversation sparked something in you, sit with it, journal on it, or pull your own hexagram and see what answers arise. Until next time, keep listening for the wisdom beneath the noise. We're Michele and Lisa, and we'll see you in the next mashup.